Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Kpsn. Our boys volleyball team is looking good this year with 5 returning varsity players who are eager to lead on the court. Varsity captain Carson Mitness will be changing positions from middle to outside, which will allow the team to utilize their offense more efficiently. Carson is excited to excel at a new position.
I'm switching from middle to outside, and I'm happy to make this switch because outside is kind of like the main role, and I'm excited to be the main guy, the main hitter on the team. And I'm ready to take that step up, I think. And the team around me is good. They're young, and I think we'll get significantly better as we move on. This team has high ambition, and they're ready to learn, and they're ready to practice, and I think we'll get significantly better throughout the year.
We also have a lot of new players this year, which is exciting, and Coach Diulis thinks that once these boys get some experience under their belts, that they will have a really strong season. Their first game is on Monday in Medfield. The girls' tennis team is coming off an epic season, having made it all the way to the South Sectional semifinals after an undefeated regular season. While that's a tough act to follow, they are on a mission to be even stronger under the guidance of Coach Bob Goldberg in his 52nd season at King Philip.
This season, we've still got a lot of the strong players, so we're looking to really use our strength and be one as a team to work hard and stay calm and play our game. Coach has been already during practices really supportive and telling us to just be calm and collective, and is really placing us into the places where we will be able to defeat most of our competition. Our first game is against Foxborough on Monday, so we haven't played them, but we expect with the lineup that we have, we'll do pretty good.
The boys lacrosse team opened up their season with a scrimmage versus East Greenwich on Wednesday. After their scrimmage and a strong week of practice, they are prepared to take on Sharon in their home opener on Monday. Captains James Boldy, Will Wyland, and Sean Crowther are set to lead the boys in all 3 facets of the game: goaltending, defense, and offense. The team hopes to get the regular season off to a fast start against Sharon, a team they lost to in overtime last year, 9-8. Sharon was one of the few teams that defeated the Warriors last season, but the team is hoping to avenge that loss with a big season-opening win. The girls lacrosse team is heading into the season with a big boost of confidence, winning both of their preseason scrimmages. In their first scrimmage against Holliston, the girls scored 18 goals with strong offensive pressure from senior captains Julia Marsden and Lily Brown. The two scored a combined 12 goals and led the Warriors to an 18-5 victory. The team carried their momentum into the second scrimmage against the strong Fian squad. The game stayed close throughout, but the strong defensive performances from Colleen Crowther, Sammy Cloutier, Margot Riley, and Lily McNulty changed the tide of the game, closing out a 6-3 victory. The girls look forward to their first game on Monday at Sharon. Momentum is on their side as they hope to start their season with a big win so they can focus on their next matchup, which is a very tough Hopkinton team. After starting off their season strong, going 3-0 in their jamboree this past weekend, our KP softball team is gearing up for their regular season, which begins on Monday against Foxborough. The team is looking strong as their pitching has only improved since last season. Our girls are looking to make a mark this year and surpass their near-perfect season last year. With stellar pitching, offense, and defense, the girls are ready to take on any competition in their way as they look for a chance to grab the state title this season. The varsity baseball team has started their season strong, taking home 3 big wins in all 3 of their preseason scrimmages. The squad feels well prepared for their regular season, which starts on Monday against Foxborough. Last year, the boys had their first playoff win in 13 years and look to carry that success into this season. Our KP Warrior track and field athletes have been training incredibly hard these past couple weeks for their spring season. With intensive workouts and base runs, our athletes plan to achieve record number of new PRs to help their team.
Coaches are working us hard, and I'm very happy that we're here this season.
We're taking care of injuries straight away and we're ready for the meet on Tuesday.
We expect to win against Milford.
And I expect Kate and our freshman Danny to do pretty well this meet, and everyone else on the distance team.
Their training has been a mixture of speed and endurance workouts, which helps prepare for their vigorous season. Season captain Noah Hurd plans to leave his mark at KP by breaking the school record in the 800 meter this season.
So we're hoping to have a very successful season this year. I'm hoping to at least go and have a winning record, possibly top 2 in the Hawk. That could be really good. Personally, I'm looking to excel really well in the 800 meter. Definitely go sub 2. Really trying to break the school record. Not positive that's going to happen though. It's 156.6 right now. I'm at 2 flat. So I need to cut off about 3.5 seconds. Very possible, could happen. But if I could get that, that would be an amazing end to my senior year.
Next Saturday, the underclassmen Warriors will start their season off with a meet at Mansfield against other freshmen and sophomores from around the state. With the playoffs fast approaching, the Bruins are working hard to earn a better playoff seed within their division. After losing an extremely important matchup against the Toronto Maple Leafs on Tuesday night, the Bees looked to bounce back in a big way last night against the New Jersey Devils. Despite the big loss, fans do not seem too worried about the Bruins, as they have shown that they can beat anyone when they are at the top of their game. The new addition of defenseman Hampus Lindholm seems to be paying off so far, as he has been able to spark the offense, creating chances and racking up assists whenever possible. With the offense holding strong, the pressure is on the Bruins' defense and inexperienced goaltending to keep their momentum going, as the playoffs are right around the corner. As the NBA regular season winds down, the Celtics team was looking good. That was until the starting center, Robert Williams, was diagnosed with a torn meniscus. This is a huge hit for the team that heavily relied on their promising 23-year-old high flyer at center. Rob was a defensive anchor for the best defensive team in the league. Although there is no timetable for his return, Rob said himself that he is optimistic that he will play again this season. After a successful surgery this week, it is certainly possible we will see the athletic big man sometime in the playoffs. Although this is a big punch in the gut for the C's, this team did not have a huge turnaround mid-season because of one guy. The team will still be extremely efficient on defense, as they are led by new Defensive Player of the Year candidate Marcus Smart. The Celtics also pose a very scary offensive team, with both Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum clicking. Look for Grant Williams and Daniel Tice to fill in Rob's minutes alongside Al Horford in the front court. There is still hope for the team to make a deep run in the playoffs. Some of the team's big talent is going to have to step up, and here's Kpsn's Max Salvatore on Jason Tatum's spot in the MVP conversation.
The Celtics have completely turned around their season, coming all the way from 10th place to a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and the leader of the team during this stretch has been Jason Tatum. Since the energy in the Celtics locker room switched, the Celtics have gone 22-5. After the All-Star break is where the Celtics really began to shoot up the Eastern Conference standings. In 16 games since the All-Star break, the 24-year-old forward is averaging 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists, shooting an unprecedented 51% from the field and 42.5% from downtown. The Celtics have gone 13-4 since, but 2 of those losses came back-to-back with the Celtics roster out of sorts with injuries. Tatum has catapulted to 4th on the MVP ladder and is well-deserving. It's clear to see that he is the guy for the Celtics whenever he's on the court. The evolution of his game during the season is straight up incredible. He was seen as a pure scorer in his career up until the Celtics' resurgence in January, but he's become an all-around superstar, improving his playmaking, rebounding, and defense. There's not many guys in the league scoring as well and efficiently as he is while playing great defense. The sheer fact the Celtics came all this way demonstrates the value he has that few others bring to their team. He has had 2 50-point games and 5 games over 35 points during his terrifying stretch. The Celtics have had many blowouts over these games, but of course, a number of these games have been down to the wire. When the team has needed him most, Tatum has shown up, disproving the narrative that he only shows up in games that don't matter. Tatum will likely never catch Embiid, Jokic, or Antetokounmpo in the MVP race, but he has put himself in a position to win the award in the future, and hopefully, with the elevation of his game, deliver the Celtics fans the championship they have been denied for years.
By now, you've already heard many times that Shaheen Holloway's team is the first number 15 seed to reach the Elite Eight. Sadly, the Cinderella story came to an end when they fell to the UNC Tar Heels 69-49. St. Peter's made that possible with a blend of relentless defense and persistent offense. Every opponent in the Peacocks' path was the highest seed available. First, there was Kentucky, a program that spent $16.1 million above St. Peter's men's basketball budget. St. Peter's took down the Wildcats 85-79. Then they faced the number 7 seed, Murray State, and won. Then the number 3 seed, Purdue, and won. And finally, the number 8 seed, UNC. Most brackets didn't fall apart. St. Peter's University shattered them as they took down all the powerhouses in their way.
No one's heard of St. Peter's. I had no clue they were from Jersey. I didn't know where they were from. I remember seeing a thing. They had no ranked players coming out of high school. They were just a bunch of, seemed like just like a rec team playing in March Madness, and then they would decide to go ahead and ruin my bracket, and I was pretty mad.
We've seen a lot of amazing Cinderella runs, but nothing really compares to what St. Peter's Peacocks pulled off this year. It was historic, it was remarkable, and all in all, it was everything that March Madness should deliver. Most of the brackets we labored over have been wrecked by this point, but nonetheless, we have a Final Four. Duke is playing North Carolina on Saturday, and Villanova is taking on Kansas on Sunday. Many of our KP students will be looking to see if they at least got the winner right.
I think Duke's going to win it all just because it's Coach K's last ride. The team's rallying behind him. They're doing it for him, so I think they'll finish off strong. Good matchup, Duke versus UNC. I think Duke's going to pull it off. Tough loss last time. I think they got some grit behind them, and that's what's going to carry them into the national championship.
Yeah, so big game coming up Saturday night. Duke versus UNC, huge rivalry. Coach K's last run. I think UNC's hot right now with the guards. They're doing really good. RJ Davis, and then you got Caleb Love coming off a 30-point game 2 games ago. And then their bigs too with Brady Manek and Baycott. That's just a big duo right there. Baycott's coming off 20 points, 20 rebounds versus St. Peter's. I think they'll take their momentum in, and they're going to have to beat Duke. I mean, just the rivalry they have, and they're going to get the last word, and they're going to make it to the finals.
We'll Duke UNC, Final Four, first tournament in the tournament history. Script writers got that one on point. It's Coach K's last tournament. I don't like either of these teams, but I'm hoping UNC can pull it out. I'd like to see Duke lose, probably like everyone. When Duke loses, America wins. And UNC's got Caleb Love and Manek, and so if Caleb Love plays well, I think they can win. It really just depends on how consistent he can play. A lot of their play revolves around if he can stay consistent, because he was really streaky this year, which is why UNC's record wasn't very good. But they did beat Duke in the regular season, which makes you think they can't really beat them twice. But if Caleb Love's on, they're going to get going. And yeah, that's just really been the driving force for UNC of Caleb Love. So game's riding on his shoulders.
I got a pretty messed up bracket. I had Gonzaga winning it, but now I'm on the UNC roller coaster. So let's go.
Yeah, my bracket's pretty messed up, but Final Four is looking pretty interesting. I think UNC or Duke is going to take it all. So next game should be pretty good.
With upsets, surprise teams, and epic meltdowns, the final games of the tournament will be just as exciting. Good luck to all of our bracketeers and to all of our spring athletes as we kick off the 2022 season. We will be back here next week with all the updates.